So that's what DuSik meant by he blames himself for everyone he loved left him. But he shouldn't blame himself for that. So at the beginning of the episode, we see HyeJin walking home after talking to SeongHyeon on the phone. She gets home. Out of nowhere, we see an intruder entering her home. A moment later, we see DuSik coming to her rescue. He was fighting against the intruder. He did get hurt. I think he got stabbed by the knife that the intruder was holding, but eventually the intruder got arrested. Later on, we do find out that that same intruder who went inside HyeJin's home is the same guy who went after Choi. So now DuSik is at the hospital, he's getting treated. Then we see SeongHyeon there, very worried, very shocked. DuSik was right, he looked more shocked than the both of them. So he said that he wanted to make sure that the both of them were okay. I put quotes for both because it was pretty obvious that he was more concerned about HyeJin's safety rather than DuSik. So now we're at DuSik's place. HyeJin is sleeping over. She doesn't want to be alone considering what happened. I don't blame her. Plus, Misun is not at home. So as they were drinking tea and just talking, DuSik revealed that he used to love and play soccer. The reason why he doesn't watch it or play it anymore was because of his grandfather. We get a flashback to him as a kid coming home after watching soccer and looking like he played soccer too. He comes home and finds out that his grandfather is laying on the floor. His grandfather had a heart attack. He wasn't found in time and he passed away. This is where DuSik blames himself for that. He said, if I hadn't gone out and watched the World Cup, he could have saved his grandfather. So that's what he meant by he blames himself for everyone that he loved leaving him. And to be honest, he shouldn't blame himself for that. And that type of phase, it's a phase that everyone goes through when someone they know passes away. It's more of you're thinking, oh, I could have done this, I should have done that. I want to talk real quick about the cute scene between HyeJin and DuSik. It was just them eating dinner after paying respects to DuSik's grandfather. So first, HyeJin thought that DuSik did not like snow crabs, but his reason was he didn't like it. It was more of a hassle because he got to crack the shell and peel the meat out and so forth. Then we see HyeJin peeling the meat for him, which did shock DuSik for a bit. And then HyeJin, out of nowhere, she says, it takes a lot of love to do something for someone. How cute is that? And what makes it even more cuter, we all know that DuSik's grandfather is watching them. Then, after having dinner with DuSik, HyeJin heads home. She's a little embarrassed of what she said. She said love in front of DuSik. That's cute. Then we see SeongHyeon waiting for her outside of her home. Then he asks, you want to have dinner? But we know she already ate. This is where SeongHyeon confessed, and he confessed his feelings to her, telling her that he regrets not telling her how he felt for 14 years, and he finally got it out. This definitely shocks HyeJin and puts her in a very complicated situation. Next, we see Misun down because of her relationship with the cop, and of course, we know HyeJin is in a complicated situation. So Misun insisted that they both head to Seoul for fun, shopping, eating, hotel, and they both agreed to it. As they were on their way to Seoul, HyeJin remembers that she forgot to unplug the hair curler. Misun was trying to call DuSik to unplug it for them, but it was kind of funny that HyeJin tried to stop her because she knows her room is messy because she was trying to see which outfit she wanted to wear to go to Seoul. And DuSik, he eventually went to their house, tried to unplug it. Come to find out, it was already unplugged to begin with. Now, on their trip to Seoul, we can see that HyeJin cannot stop thinking about DuSik. The first one was with the mannequin. The second one was when it was raining, and yeah, it was pretty obvious that she is in love with DuSik. Now, towards the end of the episode, because HyeJin was thinking about DuSik while on her trip to Seoul, she actually drove back the night. It's basically the same day that they left. So at night, she drove back to Seoul, went to go see DuSik. DuSik is surprised that she's there because he was expecting her to come back tomorrow. This is where HyeJin confessed her feelings. She continued to confess her feelings, not wanting DuSik to say anything. She wanted to make sure that she lets out all of her feelings. Then we see Dushi putting her hand away from his mouth and kissing her, but then also confessing his feelings to her. Before that, Gamli gave him the best advice: be honest to yourself and don't fight your feelings. Now, before the episode ended, we get a flashback of Dushik as a kid and his grandfather. So, on Dushik's birthday, he received the soccer cleats from his grandfather as a gift. So, just seeing that part of the scene alone, you can already tell that that also plays a part to why Dushik does not watch or play soccer anymore. And then we hear his grandfather granting a wish, and his wish was, when Dushik ends up alone, please send someone so he won't be lonely. I'm like, wow. And then we get another flashback to when Dushik was at HyeJin's house. You know, he was there to unplug the hair curler. He sees a picture of HyeJin as a little girl with both her parents. Then he remembers that his grandfather took a picture of both parents and a little girl, and he realizes that that little girl is HyeJin. They were meant to be together. How cute is that? So my impression on the episode, this was a very good episode. Like really, I mean, just having Dushik and HyeJin confess to each other. Well, not just those two, but just having all the confession being let out from SeongHyeon, from HyeJin, from Dushik. That was pretty good. Uh, Still feel bad for SeongHyeon, but I think it's pretty obvious that he may end up with the writer, the girl with the glasses, because she does have a crush on him. So for this episode, we definitely got a full understanding why Dushik is blaming himself for everyone he loved left. I kind of thought it was a different reason, but it's him blaming him for doing something and not being able to do something else to help others, especially his grandfather. A part of me does not want him to blame himself for that, but another part, I fully understand why he's thinking that way. It's it's definitely one of the phases you go through when you experience a passing of someone you love. You know, you're wishing that this could have happened and you're blaming yourself. Oh, I could have done this if I hadn't done that, you know? That last scene, though, the flashback between his grandfather and Dushi blowing his cake on his birthday, wow, I almost teared up. Like, really, I almost teared up because just hearing the grandfather's wish for Dushi to not be lonely after he has left, I'm like, wow, you you really can't put it into words, you know? It's just, whew. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode and the review. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.